Yeah, it's kind of weird, ain't it? Trying to express yourself and you're not really sure how to, but in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to do it without, I ain't gonna say without feeling weird because it's gonna be weird, but nobody has to know. Hey, I'm Ryan, and I'm helping introverts stay confident with my content. By the time you're done watching this video, you'll know how to express yourself as an introvert so you don't feel weird or you feel dry or feel dead when you try to talk, and show people how you feel with your facial expressions, all of that good stuff. But let's get into it. Alright, so before you begin to express yourself, the first thing I'm gonna need you to do is get comfortable in your own skin. And the reason I say do this first, because if you try to express yourself without being comfortable in your own skin, it's gonna feel weird, and it's gonna make you not want to do it anymore because of it feeling weird. Because if it's not within our normal routine of how we normally do things, then you're gonna be like, I don't really want to try that because that's not what I normally do, but it's gonna be needed. That I can guarantee you. But if you're not sure how to be comfortable in your own skin, all you have to do is do things by yourself and get used to it, and see things you like and things that you don't like, things that feel weird, things that don't feel weird, and just get to understand yourself and see who you are on a deeper level. And you'll see why this part is so important in the beginning rather than doing it toward the end. All right, the next thing I'm gonna need you to do after you've comfortable with yourself and comfortable with doing weird things by yourself, the next thing I'm gonna need you to do is practice in the mirror. So if you don't want to practice out in public or around people, get in the mirror, and this is what you do. Make weird funny faces, the same way you do when you look at a child or a little baby. Just make weird funny faces, like yeah, it's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel weird. I'm telling you now, it's gonna feel weird. But once you begin to do that and you do it, let's say every day or every morning, it's gonna loosen your face up. That way you can actually show how you feel, because if you don't know, you have muscles in your face, hair all over your face, and if you don't use those muscles over a long period of time, they're not gonna move, and they're gonna just get weaker and weaker. But if you practice using them every day, it's gonna get stronger, and you'll be able to move your face around. Like, I mean, you don't have to express yourself like, but you get what I'm saying. Oh no, it helps you get ready to move your face the way you want to move it when you need to move it to express yourself. Another way you can practice expressing yourself is by lip syncing songs. But instead of just normally lip syncing the song, what you do is pick you a song that has like some emotion behind it, whether it be mad, sad, depressing, as long as it has some type of emotion behind that song. And when you lip sync that song, I want you to lip sync that song and express yourself as you're lip syncing the song. But don't let any sound come out. Just lip sync the song as if it's your song with that same emotion the person behind the song has behind it. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna be practice for you when you begin to actually do it yourself. It's gonna come off natural, and it's not gonna feel weird, because I did that too. I do it all the time, and it just feels weird, but it feels good at the same time, you know. And after you are done practicing lip syncing, you can add sound to it and go up and down and just make different sounds to go with it. And what that'll do is pretty much help you be able to speak and express yourself at the same time. While you're practicing doing it now with all of these weird facial expressions, once you do it now and get used to it, once you get into a conversation with somebody or make a video, it's gonna come easy to you. It's gonna be like, oh, I see now. I see. Ryan was right. But hey, if that's helping you so far, go ahead and drop a big like on this thing, because it's gonna help the channel out, and it's gonna let more people get help with it, and I really appreciate it. All right, since you understand how to express yourself in the mirror, and you've been practicing lip syncing, and you've added sound to it, the next step is going to the phone. Why you want to go to the phone? Well, you go to the phone because you're gonna have somebody call you at some point in the future, or you're gonna want to call somebody in the future. And when you call them, you don't want to come across as like dead or dry or anything like that. You want to come across as just you. I'm not saying you have to be over the top, fake excited or nothing like that, but you just want to express yourself the way you express yourself, the way you normally feel, the same way you are around people that you enjoy and people you feel comfortable around. The way you'd express yourself over the phone would be the same way as you did in the mirror. Simply, all you would be doing would be taking what you learned in the mirror and do that over the phone. I don't mean make weird facial expressions and making all of these. I don't mean doing that over the phone. I mean more or less taking what you used and use that over the phone. And if you're not comfortable with doing that as you go from the mirror to the phone, try this out. Record yourself on your phone or your computer or whatever kind of camera you have. Record yourself making your facial expressions and see how you look. You can do it without sound at first and then add sound to it. And once you're comfortable with seeing how you look with doing that and how you sound with doing it, take it from there and then go to the phone. That's if you don't feel comfortable with going to the phone straight from the mirror. But something else I do want to say is that when you decide to practice on the phone, like expressing yourself and how you sound and all of that, do not focus on the people around you once you're doing that, because it may feel weird the first few times you do it. Because if you focus on those people, you're gonna be like, maybe they think I'm weird. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I shouldn't do it. But no. Don't think about those people. Think about that person that you're on the phone with, because the people around you at that point, they shouldn't be in focus unless you're just super over the top loud. Then maybe tone it down a little bit, But besides that, another thing I want you to know with expressing yourself is you can make people feel with your voice, believe it or not. Have you ever listened to a song that just made your heart melt inside, just made you just like, yeah, you can do the same thing with your voice, believe it or not. So if you throw your voice in there along with expressing yourself very well, you can't lose at all. Here's the kicker right here. I know you may be afraid to try it, but I'm gonna need you to do it. So now that you've gone from doing it by yourself to doing it in the mirror to doing it over the phone, the next step is doing it in person. It is gonna be very, very uncomfortable and very, very weird, but it's an obstacle we've got to overcome. So let's go. In order for you to do this, all you have to do is take what you learned over the phone and apply that in person. It's gonna feel very weird at first, but hear me out. I want you to keep going through no matter how weird it feels. So everything you use with all your facial muscles, your sound, all of that, take that and apply it in person. And I know yourself is gonna be like, no, it's not right, it feels wrong. That's because you're doing something new and it feels like, I don't want to do something new that's uncomfortable. But in order to grow, you have to get uncomfortable sometimes, But at the same time, it's like, yeah. So when you go ahead and go in front of a person and express yourself normally, don't think about the people around you either, the same way you did on the phone. Just think about you and that person. If the people around you don't like how you express yourself, that's a personal problem. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That's on them. But all in all, it's you. Your decision. You doing what you do. You doing what you love to do, which is express yourself. And man, I tell you this, it's the struggle not being able to express yourself, because that was me at one point too, but I learned to do it, and I feel like, hey, I might as well pass this on to y'all too, because it's selfish for me not to, But if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for making it this far in the video. And I'd like to say, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and subscribe and drop your thoughts on something else you'd like to see, or your thoughts on the video, and check out the next video on screen. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Take care.